Alright, so Fat Joe is calling out BET for selling out the culture. That's right, Fat Joe is calling out BET for selling out hip hop culture by canceling the Soul Train Awards and the Hip Hop Awards. They put it on a suspension indefinitely. And Fat Joe was on his podcast with Jadakiss and he had something to say about it. So I'm going to read y'all the article right here. I'm going to give credit to the source. And I'm going to give my opinion on it. Now I'm going to give credit to, let's see, Black Enterprise. And it says here, the two staple programs that focus on the impact of black culture, the BET Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Music Awards, have been indefinitely suspended. However, according to BET CEO Scott Mills, who hinted at the comments on Billboard, they could return via network streaming platform. According to Rolling Stone, doubts about the future of the Soul Train Awards began to rise in 2024 when the show, which had been airing since 1987, was skipped and its social media accounts went silent in March of that year. The BET Hip Hop Awards, a newer innovation from BET, is an award show that branched out from its BET Awards show beginning in 2006 and, like the Soul Train Awards, had aired every year on the network. Now I'm going to what Joe said about this. Hold on one second. Okay, Mills said here, so at the BET lineup, we have suspended the Soul Train and Hip Hop Award show, Mills told Billboard. The BET lineup refers to the programming on the BET channel, the network original cable channel, but we have a team that actually think about where those award shows might be best live as the media climate continues to evolve. They are not gone. Mills continued. I would say that it is less about them being no longer and more about our team having to reimagine them for the changing media landscape that we find ourselves in. I think what we're going to see are more people talking franchises and saying this might have started on linear television, but now I'm going to move on another space. Do I move it to streaming or do I move it to another platform? And now Fat Joe, I'm trying to see what Fat Joe's comments is. In a recent episode of their podcast, Joe and Jada, rappers Fat Joe and Jadakiss discussed the situation that started in earnest when BET's founder, Bob Johnson, sold BET to Viacom, ended the network's long run as a black-owned company in 2000. He said, this is a form of gentrification what's going on. I don't know if you really want to ask me that about this shit. He added, BET came up as a community station for black people and urban culture. Our man Bob Johnson took the check. He sold it to Viacom, Paramount, MTV and them, VH1 and them. Little by little, over the years, quietly, they have been firing a lot of people behind the scenes at BET. And everybody, hold on one second. And everybody who has something to say, they have been firing them. And I know because I've been working on the BET Hip Hop Awards for 3 years. Shit was like the budget, but not for me. But the budget just kept getting chopped and chopped and chopped. Okay, so here's my thing here. First of all, what do you expect? The A-listers, a lot of the black celebrities rarely come to these shows. They act like they too good to come to these shows. But they'll go to the Grammys. They'll go to the MTV Awards. But they will never come there. Why is that? Instead, what they were doing in order to keep afloat, they had to focus on people who were bringing the views instead of people who were bringing cultural impact. They couldn't get a Jay-Z. They couldn't get Beyonce. They couldn't get a lot of these A-lists. They couldn't get Rihanna. They will never show up. So they have to, to keep the revenue going, you got to cater to what the people want to see and what's hot at the moment. They might have to bring the Travis Scotts and the Playboy Cardis and all those guys, unfortunately. A lot of the big dogs don't want to come. And then you can also tie in the fact that there is really no big stars. Like the superstar era is gone. All these guys coming in today are like regular Joes. Then with the Soul Train aspect, there's no focus on R&B music no more. Nobody really releases R&B. And the Fat Joe's credit, he made a lot of valid points. We've been saying this for 20-something years. Little by little, they've been firing everybody. They've been chopping off anything that's been associated with blackness and putting their own figmentation of it. So this is where we at with it right now. And you know, Benzino want to blame him for being the host and that being the reason why that the ratings tank, but it's deeper than that. You can replace it with Chuck D, the ratings are going to still tank. It's about the flux of talent and how this thing is booked. Like what I would have done, I would have added the battle rappers. I would have had a battle rap circuit. I would have brought a lot of the new underground, man, because you need new Lifeline blood. You need the 38 Specials. You need the Rome Streets. You need the Mickey Fax. You need the, I'm going by the verbatim right now, the Larry Jones, Alchemist. He putting out stellar projects. DJ Muggs, bro. We talking about Currency, Freddie Gibbs. There's so many artists out there that's putting out a lot of dope music. Dave East, Ransom. There's so much talent you can build this thing around. Instead of focus on the low dominator. But this is the problem that we're having, man. Like they don't want to focus on the new breed, the Griselda generation. That's who's gonna bring it. Those guys are moving units. They're selling out shows overseas. Jay-Z and Eminem and Raekwon won't co-sign these guys for the reason. I would have built the shows around Griselda. Let Westside Gun curate it. There's so many to do. Then you could bring your hardcore acts, MOP, Onyx. You could probably do your verses over there. I mean, it's so much you can do. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Do Fat Joe make a point? Subscribe, hit the like button, peace.